Welcome to a dose of deeper contemplation. We have cultivated this self-healing practice as we navigate the many aspects of modern life with the desire to be a better human. As a psychic medium, these conversations are channeled, so let's take a walk together and talk it out. We're just feeling so grateful for this beautiful day in preparation for a content shoot that we're doing tomorrow. And being in a new space around content creating, and what we've been leaning into is art. And even though there's so much advice and guidance out there, because content is a commodity, and it's a hot commodity, right? So it's like, pump it out, pump it out, pump it out. It doesn't have to be high quality. It doesn't have to be this. And it's all about volume. Just pump it out, right? Okay. We get it and we receive that message. And we would welcome followers. We welcome followers. Welcome. Come hang out. Come have conversations. Come. Just come. Come on in. To the presence. Come into presence. And to hold and invite that space, and also to offer any guidance around what exactly that looks like. What do you mean, come into presence? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, I get it. She says I, because sometimes when we share stories about the past prior to remembering who we are and returning to they, them, it was very much the life of I, or me, or she. So it's interesting to refer back to past stories of ourselves, and typically they come out as I during that time. Basically referring to ourselves pre-awakening to non-binary existence. Alignment with that. So, the story she was sharing about being a content creator was it became about business, and business is connected to income, and income is connected to survival. And so that connection, when it's creating from a space of, I need to do this because I need money. Do this, it generates money. Great. Generate money. Yes. It is the economy that we live in. But we've decided to give ourselves more space as an artist. And that it's a visual art. This whole world is a visual art. Depends on how you see it. But we like to see it through a particular lens, and that is that art is everything, is everywhere. The connection to this moment of sitting in the sun and feeling really grateful was the coming into our own selves, coming into our own truth even deeper, because when it landed, it was like, oh yes. And that was the knowing that we would spend every day of the remaining of this earth walk making impactful art. And what a magical existence that is as a creator. Using the impact of art to be beneficial unto a belief system that we hold of hope and peace and love and unity. And the possibility that every human has the potential to wake up to the energy of all things, understand their part in it, to wake up and say, yeah, I'm just willing to grow in some way because I don't feel great right now. And I'm really fed up with not feeling great. I'm willing to take a new path. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to dedicate. I'm willing to focus. I'm willing to draw in to others who are also offering ways that may help you feel better. Now, self-help is an industry in of itself. Let's not deny that. The offering is to just do something, even one thing different. We suggest meditation. That was an initial first step for our journey. And meditation practice is a journey. I mean, for some people, it like clicks right in and they're like, bam, tapping in every day. For others, it takes a long time. We say that so that you don't get discouraged if you try meditation for like a couple of days and you're like, oh, I don't feel better. I can't do this. I go, okay. Well, that's fine. But maybe try again in a couple days. For us, it took years till we found the formula of our own personal daily meditation. And it didn't look like sitting straight up on a pillow or hands open, not moving. But stillness and presence is absolutely an important part of the practice. But the suggestion would be, give it a try. See what opens up next. Explore some content videos on manifestation. There's a lot of theories out there. And some people have different things to say about manifestation than others. Okay. Very similar. Sometimes I can go down in the witch community as well. Manifestation being also referred to as magic. Our journey in witchery is that it represents the embodiment of magic energy. That understanding is being animated by a form. And that understanding manifestation or understanding magic is being able to use that connection to draw to your life experience. Your destiny, your vision, your desires, your dreams, what life is calling you to. You're feeling that and hearing that and knowing that for a reason. For us, there is such a deep calling for artistry. So yes, even though we know we could churn out like the most basic TikTok videos 4 times a day, 6 times. Okay. We can churn out those Instagram posts and stories. Like, okay. Okay. Yes. And what about turning our energy towards art and satiating that artistic desire within us, letting that be followed, actually following the inspiration, not just getting the inspiration and then we're like, oh, like, well, I can't do that, I'm too busy, whatever the reasons. And maybe you can relate to a moment where you're like, that's a genius idea, that's amazing, and you're like, no, but I'm not going to do it. And to instead receive the inspiration, receive the download, receive it. Say, okay, I don't know how that's possible, but I could see a few steps. So why don't we follow a few of those steps? And that's the step that we're being called to. And it's such a happy place when you're an artist and you're in the place creating your art. It's just its own vortex. And the understanding or the possibility that we could now do this for the rest of our time here just cackled with gratitude. Just cackled with gratitude. And it's like, yeah, great. And you have to keep willing to make the steps. Have to keep willing to make the steps towards the magic. That's the free will. The co-creation. The inspiration comes, the download comes, the desire comes, the passion comes. And we then have the choice to answer it or not. If we're not answering it, why not? For us, the answer has always been some sort of fear. And that's okay. We've learned so much. We've learned so much. Focus has been a message, a repeated message, an ask to focus the energy, focus the magic on what's present, what comes up, to receive all of the downloads, receive all of the inspirations, yes, like record them, and then know that the manifestation of each one is on its way in its own timing. And for each day, the guidance will be given, but it is in flow. It is in intuition. It is in listening and seeing with the third eye. It's within reprogramming the belief systems. Because if you don't believe in magic, magic will never happen to you. The generation of energy, the frequency that is needed for the movement of that magic, the movement of energy, the magnetism of it to you, comes from emotion, comes from the feeling. And feelings are influenced by thoughts. Thoughts are generated in the human brain, which is a programming source. And all we're being asked to do is focus our programming on to creating art, impactful art, art that shares love frequency. More love frequency. is what we can contribute each day. And that we can do that through our art. We can do that also through spontaneous moment TikTok stories. But the invitation for ourselves is to wake up now every day and know that you are an artist. Introduce ourselves as an artist. If someone implies a question about who you are based on your occupation, like, so what do you do? That question. Okay, take that moment. Claim it. I'm an artist of many mediums. And that's a I'm, right? We are artists. We are presence with the desire to amplify the frequencies of love energy that helps all living things thrive, including ourselves. Even taking this moment with y'all right now to claim that for ourselves. We just feel it in every cell. And there's so much gratitude for this space that's being held. For this contemplation. Grateful for the soothing of peeling back all the layers. Having a nice, good talk with ourselves. Do you happen to be listening to? And thank you for being here and listening. But a nice, good talking to ourselves with kindness, with contemplation, with questions. By the way, this is what therapy offers a healing space for as well. And willing to be in the flow. And to lean in and focus and believe in the vision of living this life as an artist. Yeah.